Grind, grit, heart, determination, will, unbreakable faith.
I don't have to be long to be strong, but I got a little message that I want to talk to y'all about. Some of you guys I know, and some of you guys I don't. I've been here a couple times. I'm like many things like they say that I am. They say I'm a motivational speaker. They say I'm a forward. They say I'm a life coach. They say I'm a many things. But one thing I know that I am, and that is a child of God, so to speak. And the only reason why I know that is because of the things that he's done for me and how he's kept me and he's sustained for me. First of all, my name is Eric Janu, right? And by looking at me, I guess y'all looking at me, y'all stand up and they say, "What you doing here? What can y'all? Why are you here? What's your purpose?" Well, my purpose is to offer you an insight and a hope on your journey and to help y'all get through this journey. And the reason why I think I'm an authority figure in that manner is because I sat where you sat, and I've been through what you all been through. I walked through the door with stage 4 cholangiocarcinoma, which is bile duct cancer that metastasized to my liver. I had a 10-centimeter mass on my liver with 3 additional tumors throughout my body. I was given a 1% chance of survival when I walked in the door, right? Also, I had 4 months to live when I walked in the door. Needless to say, I didn't even know what stages of cancer were. I didn't even ask. My particular thing, I started chemo treatment. My chemo method, when I share my story with you all, what I want to do is provide hope for you all, and I'll show you the way that I got through it and I dealt with it. You know what I mean? I was on 3 of the strongest chemo meds that they had, and my treatments were so severe, I was stacked with everything. So like I said, when I hit the door, when I came in stage 4. I came in stage. I didn't go through the process. It was all a go. It was stat or nothing. 4 months to live, cash your insurance policy in, get your advance directive, write your will, say goodbye to your kids. You know what I'm saying? This is what I was told, right? And not only was I 1% chance of survival, I was less than 1% because I had congestive heart failure, diabetes, stage 3 renal kidney failure, hypertension, on top of a host of many things. You know what I'm saying? And my lifestyle. So that's why I really say cancer saved my life, right? Because if it didn't, I was still the lifestyle I was living and the things I was doing, I wouldn't be here speaking to you all today. Now I know it looks like nothing happened to me, and y'all looking at me like nothing happened to me, but trust me, I have the scars to prove it. You see what I'm saying? So I just want to show y'all. I'm not trying to get naked or nothing like that, but I just want to show y'all I am who I say I am, and they can tell you that I am who I say I am. And the reason, like I said, I know what everybody's going through, and I didn't even have a bald head before cancer. So it took everything from me, but God restored everything to me. Took my skin. I know what you're going through. I know you. I know the shedding. I know you're shedding the skin. I know the loss of, the appetite when you take the chemo. You can't eat. You want to eat everything. You can't eat nothing. Even now to this day, nobody gets away unscathed. Like I said, I might look like this, but I still suffer from today from the effects of the chemo. You know what I mean? But hey, I'll take it. I'm alive, right? And now I have neuropathy. I get neuropathy sometimes. I lock up. You know what I'm saying? My cognitive skills. I had so much chemo dumped in my body from August. Well, actually, I'll go through the story. July 28th, my life changed forever, right? I walked in the doctor's office and I was told I had stage 4 cholangiocarcinoma. Well, I wasn't even told the stages as of yet, right? So I walked in. All I knew is my doctor told me, she said, "Eric, we got to get on this real quick." And I also I failed to mention I had sclerosis of the liver. You know what I'm saying? But right now, all my scan, I just had my 6-month scan Friday. I went from every 3 months to every 6 months. And then after that, I had my 6-month scan Friday. I see my oncologist this Friday coming back. I fly back to Georgia. I live in Atlanta. I fly back to Georgia, and I have to see my oncologist Friday. And everything's, from what I saw, everything looks good by the glory to God. And I'm still here just for this purpose. I think that God kept me just to talk to you and come in and give back. And this is my way of giving back for the things that He's done for me. And I just want to let y'all know, I'm telling you, it can be done. I don't care how hard y'all think it is. And I'm gonna share this with you at the end. and you'll know this is how it can be done. And I say that, and I'm looking out, and my buddy, he heard my story. I've been here a couple times speaking, right? And I flew in just because it was on my heart. And every time I come to the city, I come and talk, and I speak to different people and stuff like that. But I just want to share with y'all my three components. Before I even get into that, let me tell you a little bit about the backstory again. I got diagnosed January 28th. Not January 20, I'm sorry, July 28, 2021. I had my port put in August the 2nd, 2021. So 4 days after I was diagnosed, I was having a port put in. So imagine somebody coming to y'all telling you you have cancer, first of all, and second of all, before you even can digest it, you're getting a port put in, you're getting put to sleep and getting your port put in, right? August the 9th, listen to me now, follow me. This is the remarkable thing now. And this is all 2021, right? July 28th, diagnosis. August 2nd, port implanted. August the 9th, I started my chemo treatment. 3 of the strongest chemo meds on the market. Known to man, I did infusions 4 days a week, 8 hours a day. Friday, it was hydration, right? So imagine, that was the only way. They didn't even think I was going to make it through chemo, all the chemo sessions. I was past radiation. I was past all of that. The only way that I would have a chance, the mass on my liver had to shrink from 10 centimeters to 6, right? So they gave me, I went through 12 cycles, 6 rounds. From August the 9th to December 15th, I went through my chemo treatment, right? Pay attention. 2021, this is during COVID, right? They say the only way I would have a chance if it shrank from 10 centimeters to 6. I had a second opinion, right? They didn't know. It was grim. I went through all of that. They didn't know if I was going to make it through the chemo, even because the amounts of chemo that I was taking. I was a big guy. So I was 380 pounds, right? During that. And that's what helped me as well. But by the time I had my second chemo treatment, I lost close to 30 pounds. So I amped up the steroids. I asked the doctor, could I, and that's what I want to say, too. When y'all are in charge of the treatments, if y'all feel something y'all need to add, tell your doctor. Don't be scared, because this is your life you're playing with. This is life or death, right? If you feel something, what I did was, when I took my first chemo treatment, I was in the valley. I know y'all know what I mean when I say in the valley. That's when you go through the dip. After your chemo and you coming out and you can't, the next time you have chemo, you're trying to be stronger to make it. You might have the steroid at first and it helps you the first day, but the second day you feel like crap, right? The second, third day, whatever, you feel like crap. What I did was, by me having chemo every day, and Friday was my hydration, I suggested to the doctor, I said, hey doc, can I have another steroid before I have my hydration on Friday? Because it helps me get through to last, because the stuff I'm taking out, I don't know how I'm gonna get through it. You know what I'm saying? Because it had me like that. And she said, you know what, Eric, let's go ahead and see what happens. And she said, go ahead. And that's how I got through my chemo sessions and all the intense chemo that I had. I suggested that. I took that in my hand. I took my health in my own hand and my treatment in my own hand, so to speak, adding to what they did. I didn't do nothing drastic. I didn't do nothing. I didn't freak out. I didn't do nothing. I followed what they said, and I just trusted the process, right? So December 15th, we went back in. They took the markers, the tumor markers. It shrank from 10 to 6. Thank God. You know what I'm saying? So all the time, God is the greatest. Now, I just told you that, right? December 15th, that was my last chemo treatment, 2021. January 13th, 2022, I had surgery. I had 8.5 hour surgery, a liver apectomy. 3/4 of the liver taken out. So I have my liver looks like a red bean, but they say it regenerates. I don't care. I'm alive and I feel great. But I say that to say this. Now, how long was that? No. July 28, 2021. August the 2nd, 2021. August the 9th, 2021. December 15th, 2021. January 13th, 2022. From diagnosis to treatment to surgery, totally cancer-free, God. That's what I say. It's God. And this is why I'm standing in front of you today to tell you, with somebody that has a less than 1% chance to survival, and to live. And I was on death's door, and I felt it, and I felt it. But what I did was I got in God's presence, and I humbled myself, and I kneeled before Him, and I let Him speak to me, and I was quiet. You have to be still, and you got to listen to Him, and you can get through it. And I know even if you don't believe in God, believe in something. But what I'm telling you, what worked for me is God. When you surrender it to Him and you give it to Him, because it's such a problem. Nobody knows what you're dealing with, and caregivers, they're the best part of it. If you got a good caregiver, man, you stay with that person, man, because it's hard. It's hard on them and it's hard on you. And I want the caregivers to have grace on the individuals that's having it, because we've never experienced anything like what we're going through. And I know it's tough. You know what I'm saying? I know it's tough, and I know it's hell. It's the hard. I played football on a professional level. I played football on every level. And cancer was the hardest thing I've ever dealt with in my life. For those 5 months, it felt like 500 months or 5 years, so to speak. What I dealt with, and everybody's case is different. But what I came here to do is to share with you all how I got through it. And I believe in 3 things, what I dealt with, you know what I'm saying, how I got through it, and it's faith, mindset, and discipline. And it don't take a whole bunch of stuff. Like, it don't take all of that. It don't take everything, because trust me, dealing with chemo is enough. When chemo get on your butt and you got stuff, and then you go back and you thinking it's going well, and then they hit you with the info, well, this is not well, or your blood, you know, your red blood cells are low, or your white blood cells, you know, stuff like that. You go through the treatments and stuff, the ups and downs, the rigmarole. You think you're making progress, and then you don't, and then you fall back. But I want you to have hope, because that's why we're here. I speak hope to people, because I want everybody to know I'm a living testimony. Period. I am a living testimony. I swear. I come down here just to see my guy. He called me in Atlanta, and he said, "Man, what you doing? You coming to see me?" I said, "As soon as I can, I'm gonna come see you." You know what I mean? And have I kept my word? Every time. I've been here at least 3 times, so I come back every time. And it's not the only, but I speak everywhere I go, and I just try to give people hope, and I try to let them know, right? So faith. We'll talk about that a little bit. Faith. Faith is the complete trust and confidence in someone or something, right? And it also is a strong belief in God, of evidence of proof of things not seen. So you know you come from somewhere, right? You come from somewhere. You don't know, like I said, I don't know anybody's religion. I don't know. But you know you're made. Something made you, right? So something sustains you. If you ever been in trouble in your life, you always called on God and He helped you in certain situations. Now, sometimes it's self-inflicted. You know what I mean? But you got to have that faith to push you through it. And I'm telling you, you can lean on it, and all you need is a little bit. They say on the size of a mustard seed. Do anybody know the size of a mustard seed? That's all you need. I promise you. If you take one step, He's going to take. And I'm telling you, when you want to curse Him, please don't. Reverse it and say, you know, like they say, right? The faith comes from a Latin word called fidere, which means trust. That means you got to trust God. You got to trust Him with all your heart and all your soul. What else you have? What else? When you're back, what else you have? You ain't got nothing else. You can't do it. If you could do it, you could have got up out the bed, you could have treated yourself, you could have walked on and did whatever it is you want to do, right? And your mindset. We'll move on to mindset. The mindset is the habitual attitude that determines how you interpret and respond to certain situations, right? You got to have the mindset. If you lost, I'm going to tell you already before, if you think you're not going to make it, you're not. My mindset was always solid. The nurse practitioner looked me in my face. When I asked her, I came in there, I'll never forget it. My oncologist never told me what chemo was. All she told me was, all I asked her was, she said, "Do you want to see it?" I said, "No." She said, I said, "All I want to know is, am I going to live?" She said, "Mr. Janu, I can tell you this." She looked me right in my face. She said, "I am not a giver or a taker of life," right? She said, "But what I can do is do my best to prolong your life." And I said, let's go to work. And we went to work after that. But I say that to say this, the physician assistant that worked under her, she told me I had stage 4 cancer. When I went in after a chemo treatment, I was in the valley, and I was like, I'm walking in, and I was on a checkup, the blood work. I was doing my blood work before I go in infusion, stuff like that. So I walk in and I said, okay. I said, listen. I said, hey, Nancy, what's after this? After all this is over, What's going on? Because I'm looking at, they gave me an end date. They gave me a date from my chemo. I didn't know that didn't mean if it didn't work, that was it. You know what I mean? I never let that enter my mind. So I'm thinking, I'm looking at December 15th anyway. That's my end date for me to not to have the disease. So I already formed that in my mind. I'm fighting for December 15th. I'm fighting to get to December 15th. Because you told me if I get to December 15th and it shrinks, and God, you told me if I believe in you, you will make miracles happen, right? So in my mind, I had already put it in my mind, December 15th, I'm coming out of this thing. You know what I'm saying? But it was also that possibility I wouldn't. But that never entered my mind at all. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even entertain that. So I'm working towards December 15th. I'm training. So by me having an athletic background, we go into war, right? I'm doing everything we need. I'm showing up for every appointment. I don't care how I feel. I don't care how sluggish I am. I don't care how the chemo makes me. I don't care how I got to throw up. I don't care how I can't hold food down. If I got to crawl to that dang on appointment, I'm going to make it. You understand me? And that's what happened. That was my mindset. My mindset got me up out of that bed. My mindset got me to say when they're telling you, oh, give up, or you can't make it, you too weak. This chemo got you throwing up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, the chemo did a number on me so bad. And you can go back, I'm going to give you my cards and stuff. Y'all can go back and watch my podcast and stuff like that. I do a podcast and everything. And you can tell from the first podcast to the podcast now, my motor, it damages your central motor system. It damages your neurological skeleton. It damages, chemo it's a destroyer. Yeah, it gets rid of disease, but it destroys so much other stuff. It's poison. There's nothing good about it. Only thing good about it, it can do what it does, but it leaves a trail of destruction. Nobody gets out unscathed. Nobody. I may look like this, but trust me, it's times where, and listen, I do 7 miles a day. I work out, I do 7 miles. I was when I started, after I finished my surgery and I healed and I was able to start rehab, I was 388 pounds, right? I'm 386 pounds right now. I lost 102 pounds from 2022 to now. And I couldn't even walk from my bed. I couldn't walk from my room, from my bed to my bathroom. My bathroom is in my room. My restroom is in my room. It's like 20 feet from I used to have urinals and everything. That's why I'm trying to tell you, I understand the pain. I understand what y'all are going through. I understand that I was there. I was on death's door. I was right there knocking on it, right? So as I'm telling you, look at me today, restored. God is in you. God is in everybody. And the mindset, it starts there. If you start, I don't care how bad it gets. You can't. I'm living proof. I'm the evidence. When people say, well, how do you know? Hello? Shit, hello, I'm right here. And I got brochures I'll pass out to you all as well so you can see. And you can go on my story. You can follow my journey. I just came there and poured a little wisdom to y'all and a little, everything. And also, you got to develop a winning mindset. And that's a strong belief, the grit, the resolution, and the aptitude to shake all disappointments because things might not go right. You might have a bad day. But guess what? You have a day, right? You have a day. People don't have, people, they're dying every day from cancer and stuff, but we still here. And we fighting. And guess what? Once it's over, it's over. Ain't no more coming back. So what? You might as well have it all. We all got that day, but nobody wants to speed it up, right? Nobody. I'm telling you, so even with that, right? The mindset, right? Like I said, so a man think it, so he is, right? If you think you ain't nothing, you ain't gonna be nothing. Keep it in your mind. You're stronger than that. You're stronger than this disease. The disease doesn't control you, you control it. And even though it may control your physical, but the mental that's where the game is. Because you can get all that back. As you can see, you can get the physical back. You can get it back. You can get it back better than ever. I'm in the best shape of my life because I take everything serious and I don't take nothing for granted. I live every day to the fullest. I enjoy life to the fullest. You know what I'm saying? I love living. It's a beautiful thing. And all you got to do is hold on to get through the storm. Just weather the storm. Just stay still in the storm. The storm going to pass. The storm going to pass. Trust me. It might come through and it might rip up everything around it. But guess what? The sun going to come up and the work going to begin. You know what I'm saying? Trust me. And the chemo is the same way. You're in a storm and you weather in the storm. That's the toughest thing. Weather in the storm. That's it. Once you get past that, and that's what so many people, they give up on. They give up. It's too tough. I've had relatives to give up. I've had people to give up on me. I have people I've talked to, and they so strong 1 minute, and it's over like that. They give. I was in infusion with ladies that I would talk to every day, and I'll never forget. We was in a section they called the Golden Girls. This was my girls, man. I used to go in, all of them. One of them would be on Percocet, one of them be on Oxy, one of them would be on, and they'll come and they'll just be listening. They'll be knitting, while we're doing infusion. They'll be knitting, singing, and that was our little group. We'll have our own little huddle. And then one day, one of them was missing. 1 week, one of them missing. And then the next week, another one was missing. The next week, and I'm like, well, where's Linda and Susan? And they gave up. They gave up. And all they had to do is weather the storm. You know what I'm saying? But it's tough, and I know it is, right? Have that mindset, right? And the third thing I'm going to share with y'all is discipline. Discipline is consistently performing small acts of courage, right? You got to have discipline. Now, and I say discipline, this is my really, really big one, right? When I say discipline, every day I get up and I work out, right? Do I want to work out? Hell no. Who does? But I have the discipline to know I don't want to be in the same place again. I don't want cancer caught me off guard. I wasn't prepared. So if it come back, I'm ready for it right now. I have a better chance to fight right now because it caught me. I was out of shape. I was living wrong. I was doing all the crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just taking life for granted, taking it as it came. And once cancer hit, I cleaned it up. Discipline, right? And discipline takes you further where discipline could take you places where motivation can't. Because motivation runs out. Say, for instance, you're fired up, right? Anybody ever started an exercise regimen? You're fired up. You're pretty fired up the first week or two. But let's see that third week. Let's see that month, right? I've been doing this for 2 years. Consistently, only being able to walk 30 seconds. Now I walk 2 hours. I just got here and I walked on City Park track. I did 6 miles in under 2 hours yesterday morning. Even though I was tired, I got in last night. I flew in last night. I flew in late that night, and I got in like after 12, and I got to my room. It's like 1 something. My nephew called. He said, "Hey, Uncle, you want to work out?" I said, "Yeah, come on to the hotel." He said, "No, let's come, meet me. I'm going to take you to City Park to try." I said, "What time?" "Well, we can do it at 4:30. I said, "What?" And then, Atlanta time is different it's an hour ahead of New Orleans. So I said, okay, bet. You know what? I said, well, that ain't too bad because I usually work out at 5 in the morning anyway, so it'll be equivalent to that. So when he picked me up, we went on to the track. Needless to say, I knew I could have said, well, I'm tired. I don't want to do this. But no, no. I knew where I was and I know where I am. I'm going to get my butt up and I'm going to get it in wherever I am, right? And that's all I say to you all, man. Like, the discipline, you got to be disciplined. And the discipline is going to really, really, you need that to deal with this. Like, right? Even though you're going through it, you got to know, you got to stay on your medicine, no matter how hard it gets. No matter, you got to show up to all your appointments. When you feel like saying F chemo right now, I feel so bad, F chemo. You know what I'm saying? No, you can't say that. You got to have the discipline to push yourself and go to the next level and do the things that you want to do. And the other thing, right, that I live by, but people always say, when life puts you, life puts you in tough situations, as they will. Life gonna put us all, we've all been in tough situations. This thing called life, right? And people always say, why me? But you know what I say? Try me. Ain't no why me, I say try me. And I told cancer that. I said, we gonna dance. I said, we gonna dance. Let's dance. You wanna dance? Come on. I got rhythm. And if I don't, I promise you, I'm gonna outlast you. And if I go, I'm going out swinging. But one thing we got to do, we got to march. We got to march. If we got to march to victory or we going to march to defeat, one thing we got to do is march. And I promise you, if you lay down, it's over with. It's over with. It's over with. I'm telling you, don't even let that creep in your mind. You can do it. I don't care what y'all going through. I don't give a care. I don't give a crap. Life is beautiful, man. Trust me. Life is a beautiful thing, man. And God sent me back here to talk to y'all and to give y'all hope and to give y'all inspiration. And I know, man, like, even if I help one person, my job is done. I just come to share my story with people. You know what I'm saying? I don't get paid for this. I don't do nothing like, you know what I'm saying? I come to just give back to people what God gave me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want y'all, if y'all have trouble, if y'all think I'll leave my info with y'all, and if y'all going through things, call me. I'm here. You know, I'm an open book. You can ask me, well, Eric, what do I do when I do this? Well, Eric, what do I do when I go through that? You know what I'm saying? Or you can email me. I have a cancer support group. I have you know what I'm saying? It's on Facebook. It's on Instagram. I have, you know what I'm saying? And I'm personal. He'll tell you, he called me, I talk. I'm not one of those people that you'll see me and then you'll see me on the internet and you'll be like, oh, man, who's this guy? You know, this guy came, he spoke, he didn't even know. You call me, do I answer? And if I don't answer, do I text back? Yeah. I talk to people. I'm not like that, you know, because I understand. I'm one of the ones that understand. I'm not doing this for gimmick. I'm not doing this for clout. I don't have nothing to gain from this. You know what I'm saying? But what I do have to gain is my deal helping people. And it helps me to help people because God spared my life. Why? I do not know. And I ask him that every day. So with that being said, like the thing about it is, and also your morals, your family, your character, your love, your friends, your gratitude, kindness. That's the things that you got to implement as well. Cancer can make you bitter as well. Cancer can make you hate the world. Cancer can make you hate yourself. But guess what? That's the enemy. And that's the attack of the enemy, right? We ain't on that. We are not on that. We are not doing that. It's all about God, man. If you fix yourself on God and you fix your focus on God, it's going to become a lot easier for a lot of people. It's not us no more. It's not what we're doing. It's not what. Once you get that diagnosis, it's out of your hands. It's out of your hands. It's in God's hands. So why not get closer to him? And he's the one that's going to orchestrate everything. And that's what I had to understand because I had to try to, I was, oh, what do I have to do? Oh, how do I do this? Or how do I get out this? Or how do I, no, man, that's the time you got to surrender. You got to lay at his feet. And if you keep it, he's going to answer you. I promise you. It's going to get better. It gets better. Look, it gets better. And everybody's outcome, I understand, everybody's outcome is not mine, but I'm one of the ones that God uses as a miracle to show you who he is. And it's not about me. It's all about him. I stand before you. It's not about me. I promise you it's not. If it was me, I wouldn't be here. If it was me, I wouldn't even be talking to you. I don't know how I did it. All I can say, God did it. You know what I'm saying? And if you think you can look at all my stuff is documented. You can look me up. You can go on. They doing specials about me. My doctors and them, they saying, listen, we've never seen a case like yours, and you got to get this out to people. They try some stuff, it worked, and they want people to know that cancer is not a death sentence, and I want you to know that as well. Cancer is not a death sentence, and everybody thinks that when they hear the word cancer, it's a death sentence. It's not. It's not. With today's technology and the way it's moving and stuff like that, it's many treatments and many options. A lot of people have stage 4 and they're coming out of it. You know what I'm saying? Before 10 years ago, stage 4, of course it was a death sentence. You already knew what it was. Because when I asked the lady, and I go back to say this, when I asked the nurse practitioner and I found out I was stage 4, she told me, I said, well, what's after this? You know, when all this treatment is over, what's after this? What's next? And she looked in the sky like this. She looked up like this. And I said, what you mean? I said, hold on. She said, well, you know, because you're stage 4 and all, and the caregiver who was with me, she looked when she said stage 4, because I didn't even know what stages were. Again, I told you, I didn't even know what stages were. She said, yeah, because you're stage 4 and all, we don't know what's next. And she like, stage 4? And I'm like, stage. I said, well, what's after stage 4? Right? Honestly, I said, well, what's after stage 4? She said, then she did this. She looked up again. I said, well, what's up on the ceiling? I said, who's on the ceiling? That's right. What's up here? Right? I promise you. I'm telling you, I promise to God. God is about right-handed God. I didn't know anything. I asked the lady, what's after stage 4? Right? And I said, well, what are you looking up there for? I asked her that, and she said, well, that's it. It's stage 4. I said, so you're trying to tell me that this is it? This is all that's left? This is everything? This is the end of my life? This is how my life ends? That's a wrap? After all the things I did, I got kids. You know what I mean? I got all these things. I have a lot of wives, and that's another thing that you got. And she said, yeah. I said, well, listen, lady, let me tell you something. I looked her right in her face. I said, let me tell you one thing. I serve a mighty God, you know, and I said, listen, I know who he is. And I said, I'm an anomaly. I said, whether you know it or not, I'm an anomaly. And I said, you ain't never seen anything like me. I said, I know a lot of people come here and they say they're going to kick cancer's ass and they're going to beat cancer, and they're going to do this to cancer, and then they go and they give up. I said, no, you ain't never seen that. I said, I said, when I walked in here, right? She said, yes, sir. I said, now watch me walk out. You have a nice day. I'll see you in the end. And guess what? I came back when it was all said and done. I was walking in the halls for my checkup. She walked up to me. She said, hey, rock star. I said, leave me, Satan. No, I was joking, but yeah, we talked about it. But she said, hey, rock, you know what I'm saying? She had to, you know, come and acknowledge my grit and my fortitude and my fight. And I know, man, I came here and I want y'all to know, and I can't reiterate this enough. If you don't remember nothing else I say, right? You got to have your why also. If you have a why, it makes it easier for you. It makes the process easier. If you have a why. My why was my kids. My why was my family. My why was the things that are important to me. Everything that's important to me. That was my why. My friends, people who depend on me, people who love me, right? When you discover your why, it makes it easier. Anything. Your loved one, your spouse, your family, you know what I'm saying? The relationships you've built over the years with people, you know what I'm saying? Anything you can grab it. Anything you can grab onto it, right? Grab a hold of it and don't let it go. But the main thing you need to grab is God's unchanging hand. Because that's what's going to get you through this stuff. Cancer is an ugly thing, man. And I don't wish that on my worst enemy. And if I could snap my fingers, I swear I would heal everybody. But guess what? God used me to glorify his name in a sense because I was out of here. And the same could be done for y'all, right? The same, I promise you. That's why I come. I come to speak hope to people. I come to give you hope and let you know that I've been there. I've been on the operating table. I've been cut open. Matter of fact, I'll give you a brochure right now. Y'all can start looking at some things that I've been through. You know what I mean? To see and to go and delve in depth with me and with my journey and what my story is, right? And my motto is, you can see it. My motto is, my hunger to live exceeded my will to die. You understand what I'm saying? It could be done. So if you check it out, and I'll give y'all some cards and stuff like that. Here, hold on. And then y'all can go in and just check me out, man. And like I said, if y'all need me in any kind of capacity or any kind of way, call me. I answer. I talk back. No, you know, people know you don't talk. I talk back. You know what I'm saying? Here you go. Thank you. Yeah, you can scan it. You can call me. You can do anything. You can get a little. He already got my stuff, so I ain't giving him nothing. Every time I come here, I give him stuff. I ain't giving him nothing. He called me anyway. He got my number. You got. I would give you a call like I gave Brandon, so I know you ain't gonna lose it, but you. But yeah, like I said, man. Again, and in closing, I appreciate y'all just for listening to me. I appreciate y'all for letting me come and give my message to y'all and to share and impart my wisdom with y'all and to let y'all know, man, it's tough. It's tough. It's rough. It takes a toll not only on you, it takes a toll on everybody around you. I had a son that was a senior going to college, right? And I'm gonna close with this. I had a son. He's a senior in college, and I remember I had to look him in his face and tell him that I had cancer. And I didn't want to do it, and I didn't know how I was going to do it, right? And he said, I'll never forget the look on his face, man. It crushed my soul when I told him that. And I didn't even tell my daughters, right? I have 2 daughters. And I didn't even tell them because I know how much they love me, you know, and I know how bad it would affect them. And when I told him, he broke down immediately, and he said, Dad, I'm going to quit school. He said, I'm coming home to be with you. I said, no, you're not. I said, you're going to graduate, you're going to finish, and we're going to meet at the finish line. You go do that, and I'm going to do this, and we'll meet at the end. And I got a picture, it's on my Instagram page, of me and my son hugging when he was getting his degree. He got his degree in finance a year ago. He got his degree in finance, and that's the finish line. And it for me, going to where I was on my back and I couldn't walk and I couldn't do nothing. To being that dressed up. The matter of fact, that picture right there on that picture, the picture on my flyer is the picture. That's the day of his graduation. He graduated from Valdosta State University in Valdosta, Georgia, with a degree in finance. 4 years. No, he didn't stop. But I told him that's that mindset. I got this. You get that. You go get that paper. You came too far. And even if I was to transition, you know what's the deal. I already instilled it in you. You already know the drill. You next up. You understand? And he was ready. But he went ahead and he finished his, and we connected at the end. And he fell in my arms when he graduated. My son fell in my arms like a baby. My son is 6'5". Tall. He fell in my arm. He came back to me. My son came back to me like a baby and fell in my arms like a kid. He greeted his mother and everybody. Everybody was at the graduation. All his friends, he took pictures. But when he saw me at the graduation, he collapsed in my arms like a little kid because we made it, right? And that was our promise to each other. He said, if you get through this, and I told him, you get through that, we're going to meet at the finish line. And that's what we did, right? And the race ain't over, right? We still on every day. And I want y'all test to become y'all testimony. Everybody got a testimony. God put everybody, it's a test. That's all it is. Cancer is a number of a test. That's all it is. That's it. Look, it will. Look, like seriously, it'll pass. I'm in great shape. I can walk from here to Jerusalem. I'm telling you, I'm in the best shape of my life right now. That's why I say cancer saved my life. It helped me. It didn't hurt me. It helped me. Yeah, it hurt. It hurt to go through all the stuff, but you come out better than ever. God restores you. It's all about It's all about the restoration. Don't worry about how you look right now. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. Everybody is beautiful. You're beautiful. It's what everybody goes through. Don't look at, I did the same thing. I lost everything. I lost my hair. I shedded skin. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. I shedded skin everywhere. Everywhere I slept, I was shedding like a snake. I couldn't believe it. But guess what? It comes back softer. And I'm going to test, let me show you. I'm not doing it. Just feel my hands. Just feel my hands. It comes back better. Feel my hands. It comes back better, right? It comes back better. My skin, look at my skin. My skin brown, soft. It comes back better, don't it? Look at me, mama. It comes back. Touch my hand. Touch me. You can touch me. It comes back better. Trust me. It's soft as everything. Better than it was before. So restoration is possible. Restoration is real. Restoration is the truth. You just got to get through it. Right? You just got to get through it. Right? It's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. That's strength right there. That's all it is. That's all it is. It's strength, mama. You got it. Trust me, you got it. What's your name, mama? What's your name?
Nicole.
Nicole, you got it. All right? You got it. What kind of hills you got?
Chronic, my CML, but it's in remission.
Okay. Thank God. Thank God. See what I'm saying? Thank God for healing. Thank God for healing. We got it. We got it. We got it, man. We got it, man. And there's a purpose why I'm here. There's a reason why I came here. It's a reason why I'm here speaking to y'all today. Right? God sent me here to speak to y'all, man. Like, and if I come back, like I tell him all the time, I come back, I'll be back. This ain't the last time y'all see me. Every time I'm in town, I'm going to stop in. You know what I'm saying? Because God got it on my heart to do that. I got to come see. I can't come to New Orleans and not come stop at the Hope Lodge. No, man. Nah, and I go all over. So, y'all got it, man. Y'all got it. Y'all strong. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. Y'all need me. I'm here for y'all. Right? All right? All right? Y'all see it. This is the evidence, man. Look at this. Man, I'm telling you, this is the evidence. This is the evidence. I mean, man, listen. I don't know what else I can tell y'all, man, except it's real. Chemo took all my teeth out, everything. Everything. I'm telling you, I went through it. I went through the ringer. I wasn't a bad-looking guy before, but hey. But, yeah, you had to go back, and we had to get back, and we got to get on it. We got to get back on that horse, and we got to ride it. You know, we're going to fall off. We get back up and ride it. That's all. That's all. It ain't hard. People make it harder than what it really is. People make it harder than what it has to be. That's it. And it's always the toughest when you give up. It's over with. That's it. Like I said, that's it. And I tell people that all the time. I say, all you gotta do is keep your eyes on the prize and you're gonna make it. Don't stop. I don't give a shit what, excuse my expression, I don't give a shit what's going on around you. I don't care what's going, like I'm telling you, when I was going through my ordeal, the whole world could have burned down at that time. And you gotta develop, you gotta have a selfish season when you're dealing with cancer, because people don't understand, right? People who have the disease have a different mindset than others who don't. You don't even look at things the same. You can't even have a conversation. It's hard to have a conversation. I had to find myself like, did you just say that? Like, you don't understand. They'll never understand. Facts. But you got to give them grace. You know what I'm saying? Because you're fortunate that you made it to that other side, and you can see and give them a little bit of outlook and a little perspective. And if you don't mesh with them, I just step away from. I protect my peace, because I can't afford to get upset about nothing at this, because that'll kill you. That'll kill you, and that'll speed your progression and your disease up faster as well. If you stress cancer, you need to be stress free, because dealing with the disease is hard enough. So with that being said, man, I appreciate y'all time. I appreciate y'all listening to me. And any way I can help anybody, holler at me, man. I'm here. I'm an open book. And I'll see y'all again sometime. And hopefully I'll see y'all back here speaking with me after it's over with. But God got y'all, man. Don't worry about nothing. Thank y'all, man. Thank you. You got it, baby. God bless you. God bless you. Remission. That's the first step. Trust me, I've been NED for all my scans, right? And then now I'm gonna come back and I'll tell y'all about the Bell story too. I got a Bell story for y'all as well. And people ask me, I'll leave this cliffhanger on my way out. People ask me why I never rung the bell, right? I never rung the bell. And people always ask me, well, why you didn't ring the bell, right? I say, you know what? I have so much respect for the people and what they go through and for the disease itself. I didn't say fear. I said respect, right? Because cancer caught me off guard before. It will never catch me off guard again. So I'm not never ringing the bell. I'm not never ringing it. Because I don't want to ring the bell and then I come back and it happens again, and then we do this all over again. So I'm ready. I'm fighting all the time. I'm in fight mode all the time. They could tell me I got cancer tomorrow. We're going to deal with it. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm not ringing no bell. It ain't over. I ring the bell. Ring it when I'm dead. Ring it when I'm dead. Because this is something I'm going to look forward to my whole life. You done woke upset with me. You're not catching me like that no more. I'm not going to ring the bell and I come back 2 years later and I got to do this shit again. Excuse my expression. I'm not doing that again. So yeah, I'm on guard. Yeah, it's an accomplishment. Yeah, it's an achievement. But no, I'm ready. I'm standing ready. So okay, come on. You got it? Okay, you got to trade. Okay, come on, let's go. We're going to walk. We're going back to work. Back to work we go. That's all it is. Back to work we go. And that's my personal thing. It don't have to be, if you want to accomplish that, people ask me that, that's my reason. That's that's what prepares me. I'm war ready all the time. That's why I get up. No, even after my chemo, period. After my chemo treatment, when I was finished, and I didn't have any more evidence of the disease, and they said, you know, when you finish your chemo, your last chemo, they say, oh, ring the bell, leave. I said, I respectfully decline, because we still battling. It's a lifelong battle. You know what I'm saying? Why you gonna play with me? This is how I felt in my mind. Why are you going to play with me and have me ring a bell and you know that it could come, it's a possibility that you come back? No. I'll see you later. Ring me when I'm dead. That's mine. That's not everybody else. That's just my thing. And I thank y'all, man. Y'all have a beautiful evening, man. God bless all y'all, man. Y'all gonna make it, man. Y'all gonna make it. Call me, man, if y'all need me. Call me, man. Anytime. Anytime. Okay. Yeah, hold up.